Have you ever picked up a penny, looked at it and thought, just 1 cent? What if I told you that very same penny could secretly be worth $4.2 million? Sounds unbelievable, right? But here's the thing. Some people laughed at the idea until they found out they were holding a small copper fortune in the palm of their hand. This is not a myth. It's happening across the United States right now. And if you're living in the US, especially if you've got a jar of pennies lying around, you might be sitting on one of the rarest 2021 Lincoln pennies ever struck. Before you toss that penny into a vending machine or drop it on the sidewalk, watch till the end, because what I'm about to share could literally change your life. But let's rewind the story for a moment, because every million-dollar discovery begins with a mystery. The year is 2021. The US Mint releases another batch of Lincoln 1-cent coins, ordinary, shiny, and mostly ignored. Millions of people spend them, lose them, save them, never realizing that somewhere in that mountain of copper and zinc, a handful of coins came out. Different. Imagine this, you're counting change at your kitchen table, same old routine, same old pennies, until one coin catches your eye. A small mint mark that looks off. A double date. A slightly thicker rim. Maybe you think your eyes are playing tricks on you. Maybe you laugh it off. But that weird-looking penny? That could be the one, the 2021 D. Lincoln penny worth $4.2 million. Collectors call them modern legends. Coins with microscopic minting errors so rare that they've become the new American gold rush for coin hunters. Now, I can almost hear you saying, okay, but why is this penny worth millions? Good question. Let's go deeper. Act 2, The Journey. How a 1-cent coin became a million-dollar dream. When the 2021 Lincoln penny rolled off the presses, most were perfect. But a few were struck with minting anomalies, minor flaws that made them unique. Think of it like a fingerprint, no two are ever the same. Some have double die errors, where the image or date appears slightly doubled. Others might have off-center strikes, where Lincoln's face drifts toward the edge. And then there are the mysterious ones, coins that somehow ended up with the wrong metal composition or missing design features. One coin collector in California discovered a rare 2021 penny in his pocket change, and later sold it for over $1.2 million. Another report from a private auction confirmed that an ultra-rare 2021 D. Lincoln penny, perfectly preserved, was appraised for $4.20 million. It's hard to believe, isn't it? But here's where it gets even more fascinating. You don't have to be a collector to find one. You don't need a magnifying glass or a lab. All you need is curiosity and a little patience. And that's what separates ordinary people from the ones who suddenly wake up millionaires. So, pause for a moment and ask yourself, how many 2021 pennies have you ignored today? Seriously, imagine explaining to your boss that you're quitting because of a penny. Why are you leaving your job? Well, I found a Lincoln in my drawer worth more than my car. Crazy? Maybe, but not impossible. Act 2, Deep Dive. The power of rarity and value. Here's the truth most people miss. Coin value isn't just about age. It's about story. Each coin tells one. The 2021 Lincoln penny represents the merging of technology and tradition. A coin still carrying Abraham Lincoln's legacy, still holding the weight of American history, but struck in a time when nobody thought modern coins could ever be rare again. That's why the 2021 series has caught the attention of investors, historians, and even tech billionaires collecting physical currency as a hedge against inflation. But here's where the clock starts ticking. Every day, more of these pennies vanish, spent, melted, or forgotten. The longer you wait to look through your change, the slimmer your chances become. And that's what makes this moment urgent, so now you know the truth. Hidden among billions of common coins lies a tiny, metallic miracle. A 2021 Lincoln penny that could change everything. If you're living in the US, check your drawers, your car seats, your pockets, your old coin jars. Look for 2021 pennies with strange markings, doubling, mint errors, or a D mint mark that looks different. Take your time. Don't rush. But don't wait too long either, because every day that passes, someone else is making that discovery before you. What if the next millionaire isn't on Wall Street, but sitting right here watching this video, holding that very coin without even knowing it? This is your wake-up call. Go find your 2021 Lincoln penny. Because the next time you pick up a penny, it might just pick you to change your destiny. And here's the real twist. Rumors suggest another unlisted 2021 variation might exist, one that's never been confirmed publicly but could easily double that $4.2 million valuation. Is it real? Could it already be in someone's hands? Stick around, because in the next video, I'll reveal the clues that experts say point to a hidden 2021 penny even rarer than this one. So check your change, subscribe for updates, and remember, sometimes the smallest coin holds the biggest fortune. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if that 1 cent could secretly be worth a fortune? What if I told you that an ordinary-looking 1976 D Lincoln penny, the same coin that's been rolling around in pockets for decades, could be worth up to $4.1 million today? Sounds unbelievable, right? But before you laugh it off, hold that thought. Because right now, across the United States, collectors and dealers are hunting for these exact coins. Pennies that could turn ordinary people into overnight millionaires. Now, don't go running to your piggy bank just yet, because in this video, I'm going to show you why this specific 1976 D Lincoln penny has become one of the most sought-after coins in American history, how to identify it, and why you could be sitting on a life-changing treasure without even realizing it. So grab that coffee, or better yet, your coin jar, and let's dig into the story that's making everyday Americans check their pennies like never before. Let's rewind the clock to 1976, America's bicentennial year. The nation was celebrating 200 years of independence. Fireworks lit the skies, the spirit of freedom was everywhere, and the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins. But hidden among those billions of Lincoln pennies minted in Denver, a few came out unlike the rest. These rare 1976 D pennies were struck with minute die errors, imperfections invisible to most eyes, that made them extraordinarily valuable to collectors. Some had double die obverse errors, others were struck on copper planchets with misaligned dies, and a few even showed unusual mint marks. Now here's the twist that might shock you. Many of these valuable coins are still out there, mixed in with everyday change, tucked away in old jars or sitting in forgotten drawers. Yes, the same pennies you might use to buy a piece of gum could be worth millions. Let that sink in for a second. Millions. For 1 cent kinda makes you want to go through your coin jar right now, doesn't it? But hold on, because it gets even more fascinating. Point 1 verified 1976 D penny recently caught the attention of collectors worldwide when it sold for $4.1 million in a private auction. Why? Because of its pristine condition, flawless strike, and unique die characteristics. That single sale changed how the world looks at this unassuming copper coin. And here's the kicker. Experts believe more of these pennies are still waiting to be discovered. Maybe in your home, maybe in your wallet, maybe right there on your dresser. Act 3, the transformation, the call to action and payoff. So, how do you know if you have one? Take a close look at your 1976 D Lincoln penny. Check the mint mark D just below the date. Examine it under bright light or with a magnifying glass. Look for doubled lettering, off-center strikes, or unusual coloring. If your penny shows signs of being different, don't clean it. Cleaning can destroy its value instantly. Instead, handle it carefully and take it to a professional coin grader or appraiser. Now here's the part where fear meets opportunity. Every day, thousands of people spend rare coins without knowing it. They drop a fortune into a vending machine. They lose history to convenience. Don't let that be you. Imagine finding a single penny that changes your life. Your car paid off, your debts cleared, your dreams funded, all from something worth 1 cent on paper but priceless in reality. So before you move on from this video, do one thing: check your change. Look through your old coin jars, your grandparents' collections, those dusty boxes in the attic. You never know what kind of fortune might be hiding in plain sight, because while everyone else is ignoring their pennies, you could be holding the one that makes you a millionaire. And now, here's the real cliffhanger. What if I told you there's another Lincoln penny, even rarer than the 1976 D, that's already made headlines for being worth over $5 million? So make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay tuned, because your next penny might just be the one that changes everything. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand right now, 1 single cent. You've seen millions of them in your life, right? But what if I told you that one of those ordinary-looking 2020 D Lincoln pennies, yes, the one sitting quietly in your drawer, pocket, or jar, could be worth up to $3.3 million today? Would you still look at it the same way? Or would you rush to check every coin you've ever owned? Welcome back, treasure hunters and dream chasers. Today, we're diving deep into the 2020 Lincoln penny, a modern coin hiding secrets that have stunned collectors across the United States. This isn't just a story about money. It's a story about chance, discovery, and the power of paying attention to what others ignored. ACT1. The hook. The coin everyone ignored in 2020. While the world was focused on lockdowns, masks, and uncertainty, something unexpected was quietly rolling off the presses of the Denver Mint. Millions of shiny new Lincoln pennies. Most people spent them without a second thought. But among those billions of coins, a rare error batch began circulating, and a handful of collectors who spotted the signs became overnight millionaires. Now think about this. How many times have you tossed pennies aside, thinking they're worthless? Here's the twist. The rarest 2020 Lincoln penny ever found sold for over $3 million because of one tiny minting flaw invisible to the untrained eye. That's not a myth. That's reality. And it could still be sitting in your change right now. But what makes this coin so special? And how can you find one yourself? Keep watching, because the details you're about to hear might just change your financial life forever. Act 2. The discovery. How the $1 million penny happened. Let's step into the story of a man from Texas. An average 37-year-old who, like most of us, thought old coins were just pocket change. He was rolling up his spare pennies one night when something caught his eye. The 2020 looked off. The mint mark was slightly misplaced, the letters had faint doubling, and Lincoln's shoulder showed an odd shimmer under light. He posted a photo online, and within hours, coin experts confirmed what he had. A rare double-die strike. A minting error so subtle it escaped the mint's quality checks. When it went to auction, bids exploded. Within minutes, the price crossed $1 million, $2 million, and finally settled at a jaw-dropping $3.3 million. Can you imagine that? A single cent, turned into a lifetime of financial freedom. Now here's the kicker, there are still more out there. The US Mint never released how many of these error coins slipped into circulation. So the question is, have you checked yours? It's not just about luck. It's about awareness. The coin you overlook today might be the one that could change everything tomorrow. ACT3. The call. Your turn to discover TRASURE before you rush to dump your change jar. Listen closely, because finding one of these coins requires patience and a sharp eye. Look for the D mint mark below the year 2020, but pay attention to the finer details. Doubled letters in Liberty, a slightly distorted, "In God We Trust," or an uneven edge around Lincoln's profile. These are the signs that separate a common coin from a millionaire's penny. And here's something most people don't realize. The coin market is booming. Collectors are paying more than ever for modern errors. Even minor imperfections can fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars. The fear of missing out is real because once these coins are found, they're gone for good. So ask yourself, what if your next coffee purchase, your next handful of change, holds the key to your biggest financial breakthrough? What if one moment of curiosity could unlock the opportunity of a lifetime? But wait, before you go searching, I want you to picture something. Imagine your future self telling your friends, I found a 2020 Lincoln penny worth millions. They'll laugh until they see your story all over the news. Because every great treasure story begins the same way, with someone who decided to look closer at the final hook. The legacy of the PNY, the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909. A symbol of American endurance, a reminder that even the smallest things can hold the greatest value. The 2020 is no exception. It's proof that opportunity still hides in plain sight. So tonight, when you empty your pockets or your purse, don't just toss those pennies aside. Inspect them, cherish them, because the next $1 million discovery might just be sitting in the palm of your hand. And remember, it only takes one coin to change your story forever. Stay curious, stay inspired, and keep hunting. Because in the world of coins, the smallest treasures make the biggest dreams come true. Have you ever glanced at a penny and thought, it's just 1 cent, who cares? Well, what if I told you that a single 1976 Lincoln penny, yes, that tiny copper coin hiding in your drawer, could be worth a mind-blowing $3.1 million today? Imagine finding one and realizing your small change just changed your life forever. Before you roll your eyes and say, come on, a penny? Think again. Across the United States, people are discovering rare coins sitting quietly in their piggy banks, coffee jars, or tucked inside old wallets, and they're turning into overnight millionaires. And today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1976 D. Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary but carries a history, a mystery, and a fortune inside it. So grab your seat, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why it's so valuable, and how this 1-cent treasure could change your life. Let's rewind for a second. The year is 1976. America is celebrating its bicentennial, the 200th anniversary of independence. Patriotic pride filled the air, coins were being struck across the nation, and the U.S. Mint in Denver produced millions of Lincoln pennies. But here's where the story gets thrilling. Not all pennies were created equal. Some of these coins came out with rare minting errors, slight metal composition differences, or striking anomalies that make collectors lose their minds even today. A few of these rare 1976 D pennies slipped into circulation unnoticed. They look almost identical to regular ones, but the trained eye can spot the difference. Now, imagine the irony. Millions of people spent these rare coins buying bubble gum, candy, and sodas, never realizing they just traded away what could have been their ticket to a fortune. And that's the real twist, because one of those tiny, forgotten coins has been authenticated, graded, and sold for a jaw-dropping $3.1 million. Yes, a single copper penny. But wait, before you go checking every coin in your wallet, here's what makes these special. Mint mark. The D under the year 1976 stands for Denver Mint. But what you want to look for is sharpness in the D and any unusual doubling in the date or lettering. Metal composition. Some coins were struck on a leftover bronze planchet from 1975 instead of zinc. That small error adds insane value. Condition. A flawless, uncirculated coin graded by PCGS or NGC could turn your 1 cent into life-changing money. And here's a quick pattern interrupt. Have you ever dropped a penny on the ground and not bothered to pick it up? Yeah. If you've ever done that, you might have thrown away a luxury car. Maybe even a mansion. Think about that the next time you hear a coin hit the floor. Now let's bring it home. If you're living in the US, no matter if you're 16 or 60, and you have jars of coins sitting around, you're sitting on a potential gold mine. Each coin tells a story, and some stories are worth millions. You don't have to be a professional coin collector. You just need curiosity and a little patience. Start by checking your coins under good lighting, or even use a magnifying glass. Search for that 1976 D. Lincoln penny with unusual features, a strong D, or a bright copper shine that looks slightly different from others. Because one day, someone just like you will open an old coin jar and realize they're holding the exact penny that the world has been searching for. And before I reveal the secret grading tip that can boost your coin's value instantly, tell me in the comments, when was the last time you checked your change? If you think all pennies are the same, think again. The rare ones have subtle errors that only appear under close inspection, and I'll show you in the next video how to spot those hidden details. So don't blink, don't scroll, and whatever you do, don't spend your pennies just yet. Your fortune might already be in your pocket.